This exercise can give you an opportunity to try out building a new neural pathway where it can start to see what it feels like to have affection and love for a part of ourselves that maybe normally we don't have positive feelings about. Welcome to the Love Your Brain podcast, the podcast designed for everyday people who are ready to hop off the negative thought hamster wheel and enjoy a less hostile environment in their own brains. Our brains are where we live our entire lives, and I'm on a mission to help people see that they have everything they need to make it a happier place to be. So join us for this episode of the Love Your Brain podcast. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Love Your Brain podcast, or welcome if you're new. Today, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. Today, we are going to be doing something that's a bit like a meditation. I like to call it a boomerang meditation. That will make a lot more sense as we go along. But the basic idea here is you're creating a good feeling or a good thought about something outside of yourself. Then you're placing that feeling outside of yourself and then boomeranging it all back to you, boomeranging all that goodness back to you. It sounds silly and very weird, but hopefully it will give you the opportunity to play around a bit with your feelings about yourself in a new and different way. This, I think, will be a helpful exercise in playing with how you perceive yourself, your own brain, how you feel about yourself. So much about what we talk about on this podcast is having that positive, healthy relationship with ourselves, with our brains. But sometimes that feels really hard to conceptualize, or we can't even comprehend how we could feel differently about that part of ourselves. But this exercise can really help you play around with it in a way that could feel a little bit more real and understandable. And make it a bit more of a reality. So let's get started, but let's first start by getting ourselves situated. This may require you to pause the podcast to figure out what's going to work best for you. I think a lot of times with these exercises, when we're visualizing something, it can help if we're seated in a comfortable place with very little distractions. That's probably ideal. But I also know that for some people, that's really difficult physically to sit still for a period of time. So, if for you taking a walk and listening to this works better, that's totally fine. I personally really enjoy doing some meditations while walking because sometimes, you can just be way too wound up to be able to sit down and feel like you can be still for a long period. So, either way, you can take this sitting down in a comfortable place, or you can get out and go for a walk, whatever works best for you. So, again, if you need to pause, figure out what setting is going to work best for you and get situated, that's fine. You can always circle back, but we are going to get started. First, let's just start by placing our hand on our stomach. This is just a cue to tell our body to move our breath into this area instead of only breathing with the top of our chest. When we're stressed, sometimes we start to breathe more shallow. If you can think about a person who's panicking and they're hyperventilating, they're breathing really short breaths super fast. That's all happening in the top of the chest. But when we get calm and slow down our breathing, we start to breathe deeper, further into our stomach, not just in the top of our chest. If you're out walking and this feels weird to put your hand on your stomach, that's okay. Just be mindful of it. It's just a helpful tool. You can use it or leave it, whatever works best for you. But what we're going to do next is we are going to slow our breathing down. We're going to breathe in through our nose, filling our lungs, and then letting that breath out slowly through our mouth. Remembering to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. Now I'm going to help you get into a rhythm with your breath. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, then out through the mouth, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in again through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out through the mouth for a bit longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now just let it sink in. Take one more deep cleansing breath. Really push that air out through your mouth. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more relaxed. Next, I want you to take a moment and just take note of whatever thoughts are trying to pop in right now. Maybe it's a stressor from the day, an unresolved issue, an intense emotion. I want you to pretend that you have a little box in front of you with a lock on it. It's unlocked right now, the box is open, and next to it, visualize a piece of paper and a pen. Those are for you. Go ahead and write down whatever it is that's popping in your head. Whatever those thoughts are that are running through your mind right now, just write that down on that piece of paper. Only you need to understand it, so write it however you feel comfortable. Now take that paper and fold it up, place it in that box, close the lid, and lock it up. We're going to go ahead and tell whatever you put in that box, you are going to come back to it. You're going to visit it later. It is important. It's not being forgotten. You're going to keep it safe in that box while you address some other things, but you will circle back with it shortly. While you're in this exercise, I will hold on to the box and the key for you. You don't have to carry it for this time being, but it's safe for when you're done. Now settle into your body. Think about what your body is feeling right now. What parts of your body feel tight? What parts feel loose and relaxed? Starting at your feet, how are your feet feeling? What about your calves? How are your calves feeling right now? And your knees and your thighs? How are they feeling? What about your hips? What about your stomach and your lower back? How are they feeling? What about your chest and your upper back? How are they feeling? And your arms and your hands? What about your neck? How's your neck feeling? And your head? How's your head feeling? Whatever each part of your body is feeling, we are saying, hi, I see you. Thanks for showing up today. However you're feeling, you are seen and you are acknowledged. Next, I want you to think about something outside of you. Maybe it's a loved one or a pet, or it could even be a stuffed animal, a plant, or your favorite meal. It just needs to be something that you love, that you adore, that you're obsessed with. You just want to squeeze it or love on it. It feels like your love for this thing just oozes out of you. You can't contain it. Whenever you think about this thing, you just can't help but smile. You love to talk about it to anyone that will listen, and you just can't understand how anyone else could not love this thing because it's so amazing. I want you to think about all the parts of this person or this thing that you love. Think about the specifics. Like, what about it makes you love it so much? If someone couldn't see or experience it, how would you explain it to them so that they could understand why this person or this thing is so amazing? Just bask in that feeling right now. That feeling of love, that feeling of appreciation, feeling like your heart is so full. Next, I want you to take all of those emotions, all of that love and that adoration, and I want you to take those feelings and I want you to put them in something outside of you. This could be an imaginary person, it could be an object, it could even just be a blob of energy in front of you. The idea is you are visualizing all these feelings inside of something outside of you that's in front of you, putting them into this thing that's standing in front of you. All of these loving, adoring feelings are now in front of you. What does that look like? Is it a person smiling at you? Is it just a blob of beautiful, colorful energy in front of you? What color is it? Just take a look at this love in front of you. Now, I want you to take a moment, go to a place inside of yourself that you have trouble loving. Think of it as you're opening up yourself and taking out that part that feels not great. Maybe it's a part of yourself that you don't like. Maybe it's a part of yourself that you have shame about or anger towards. I want you to put this attribute, this part of you, in your hand. Place that part of you in your hand. You may feel like you don't even want to look at it, but you're going to place it in your hand. And you are going to allow whatever feelings that are coming up for you to come up. Just take a moment looking at that part of you that you don't like in your hand and allowing those feelings to come up. Next, I want you to hold out your hand with that part of yourself in front of you. You're going to be showing it to the love that's in front of you, that imaginary person or object or blob of beautiful energy. They're going to look at what's in your hand and they're going to respond to it. They are going to smile so big. They're going to get giddy when they see it. They are going to want to squeeze it or love on it or tell it all the reasons why it's loved, why it's adored, why it's perfect, why it belongs. They are going to pour out love on what's in your hand. Just let that person or that thing in front of you love on that part of you. Soak it in. What are they saying? How are they acting? How is that making you feel? How does it feel to see that thing that you didn't like being loved on so unconditionally, being adored and appreciated? Just allow yourself a moment to accept it, even if it doesn't make sense. Allow it to soak in all this love and appreciation for this part of you. What does that feel like in your body? Do you feel tingly in certain places? Do you feel your chest opening? Do you feel your eyes welling up with tears? Allow those feelings to go through your body. Really take note of it. Okay, now we're going to take that thing in your hand and we're going to place it back inside. Maybe put it in your pocket or place it in your heart. Just visualize it becoming a part of you again. How does it feel now that it's back after having been loved on? Does it feel different in that space? Do you feel different towards it? Soak that in. Take a deep breath. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Allow that part of you to become an active part of you again. Next, just start wiggling your fingers and your toes, rolling your wrists or ankles. Move a little wherever you're sitting. If you're walking, maybe just shake out your legs a little bit. Swing your arms. Roll your neck out a bit. Next, I'm going to give you back that box you locked up and the key to open it. I'm going to hand that back to you. Now you can decide when you want to open it. You can keep whatever is in there as long as you need, but it's back in your care. And you have the key to open it whenever you're ready. All right, how are we feeling now? When you think about that part of you that you initially had negative feelings towards, are they feeling any different now? I like to compare this to When someone looks at the chubby thighs on a baby, on a well-fed baby, and they're just like, "Oh my word, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen." Those cute chubby thighs on a new baby. It's just adorable. They can't take it. They're like freaking out. It's so cute. But then you put those chubby thighs on a middle-aged woman, and someone's like, "I can't look at it. I just got to cover it up. I can't look at it." Right? It's all about perceiving things differently. This exercise allows us to experiment with perceiving things differently, with feeling differently about a part of ourselves. Maybe that normally our brains don't even like or don't accept. Our brains may not even know how to feel differently about it unless you experiment with it, unless you play around with feeling differently about it. This exercise can give you an opportunity to try out building a new neural pathway where it can start to see what it feels like to have affection and love for a part of ourselves that maybe normally we don't have positive feelings about. And don't be afraid that maybe you're loving on something that shouldn't be loved on. Maybe it's something that you think is bad or something to be shameful of. It's all a part of you and it all deserves love. If it's something that is changeable and you want to change it later, then that's fine. But doing that from a place of love and acceptance is a much healthier exercise than doing it from a place of hate or anger. It helps to take the time to really accept that part of ourselves and embrace it and work on adjusting it from there if that's what you want to do. But I hope this exercise gave you a fun way to experiment with boomeranging some love back towards yourself in a new and different way. Feel free to try it again and maybe with a different part of yourself later. See if it feels any different. This is a tool that you can try and play around with as often as you like. And if the pace of this exercise doesn't feel right, that's okay too. Most platforms that you're listening to this podcast on have an ability to adjust the speed so you can feel free to slow it down or speed it up depending on what feels best for you. Maybe you've got not a lot of time and you want to speed it up, that's okay. And maybe for you, you just need more time to really sit in those feelings. Slow it down a bit so that you have more time to go through the exercise. However, you choose to do it, I hope it was helpful for you. Have a great week, guys. I hope you found something helpful here today on the Love Your Brain podcast. Maybe a laugh or a feeling of validation, or maybe just a few moments to have company while you do your laundry. Whatever you take from it, I hope you enjoyed your time and leave feeling empowered to be more you every day. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the next episode, and leave a review. I'd love to hear what you think. Have a great one.